Okay, Tejano, we're live. We're streaming.
We don't have the song.
There's 0 people watching, which is fine. That's how it works.
That's it. Well, apparently.
But that's what I used to do. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
recording. So I used to do that when I flowed wells back. It was put your jumpsuit on, tie it around your waist while you're cruising around, then go check your well, then pull it off, and you had your boxers on, hang out the trailer.
Hang out in
That's
the
it.
underwear. Just a couple dudes hanging out in their underwear.
Yeah, that's really what it
Just
is.
a couple guys being dudes sitting there watching porn.
Dudes
together
being
in
guys.
a truck, floating all back. The old flow back mountain, dude.
I actually, I hate FR dudes. To be real with you guys, I feel claustrophobic inside of them. I've always worn FR pants and buttoned up, but my boss pretty much told me, "Hey man, start wearing this shit, or I'm gonna beat your ass." That's pretty much what he said.
Yep. Oh, it was a big deal. Worked at Chesapeake, and it became like a huge deal.
So wait, it's not enough to have FRs on. You have to have the full coveralls on. Is what you're
For
saying?
his job. For his
That's
job.
your
Some
boss.
people want coveralls.
Full coveralls.
It's like a uniform essentially.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind. I was a coverall kind of guy until I pumped wells and did stuff like that. Then it was, jeans and a shirt. But
Yeah.
the real extreme people
Yeah, it,
make you do the
it's up
cotton
to me.
underneath.
Cotton under the
It's up to me.
coveralls.
It's just to be pants and button up all day. But honestly, the only time I think coveralls are appropriate is during the winter because you could layer with them,
You
underneath
can
and
have
all that shit.
multiple colors.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's the truth. In the wintertime they're bomb. Summertime it's like you're in a fucking sweatsuit.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be what?
So nah,
The concept is like a one-on-one
there are all these
call.
guns loaded up in the back of
So
my
you
pickup.
can't, yeah, we
Probably
can't just
get-
like
probably
merge
knocked out.
everybody that
Everything
calls
goes
into
good,
the
probably
Google.
We just need to start adding. Can we add to the call? Yeah.
Add to this call. Wow. I think for
Probably
now-
not.
I think the only way you do it
We
is
gotta
if you
figure it
share
out.
that link, and
Yeah.
then people can hop
Well,
in.
then they have to get on through the Google
Well, yeah,
thing.
that's
We did that last week and it was fine.
Well, those-
There were 5 people.
Well,
on
all
it,
those
by the way,
people
right?
need, whoever's calling in needs to get in on that.
So just share
on
that link.
On that website.
Yeah, just
I
share the
mean,
link.
it's
That you
just
just
gonna be a
said, right?
clusterfuck for a little while, guys.
Mhm.
We're gonna figure it out. It's not a big deal.
Oh, we're
Just a bunch of field
a
hands.
bunch of green hands at this
We all got our green hats on. It's all
fucking
good.
The
worms,
restraint-
turtle fucking.
If anybody wants to get on, you just get in on the.
Just share it.
Maybe we should get rid of the phone number and just do the restraint.
Just
I like
use
the restraint.
I
But
think that
Tejano
makes
can
more
stay
sense.
as he is.
Yeah,
So-
well, this week, fine. But next week, let's get rid of the phone number. Just go full restraint, right? That makes it easy.
Then
You
it's all
her
like
you
a call
call
in.
in the restraint.
You call in.
And then we
'Cause we
call
can-
on people.
You can hear them in there on the restream, so that's fine.
Well, just share the
The
restream and let people
Problem
can
is,
hop on
is you
still.
run into what
I don't have my
Ford ran
phone.
into last week, and people, accidentally leave their cameras on and they don't want to because they're.
Well,
We turn up, but we can disable them.
Totally.
I don't.
Yeah, we could tell.
know
Turn
if
them
we
off.
can do that on our end.
We'll do some research on what makes it a multi-person, multi-calling setup.
It's a
So
work.
Tejano, whose pad are you on?
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, what's up, man? What, he's asking for hydraulic oil or just steady oil?
So what's funny is,
I
I don't know how many people were on last
I
week,
don't know why we
but
need
then he
hydraulic oil.
posted it on YouTube. Landman liked
For the
it,
generator, we don't.
and after like
I
5
just
minutes,
thought
I saw
gallons
it
would
already
be
had
fine.
like 15 views.
Yeah, we don't
So
need
a lot of people came
generator.
in
See,
like
people
half
keep
hour.
trying to call on.
some guy just called in and said, "Get fucked."
It's the same dude. What's that?
He said, "Get
No,
We're asking you, what operator?
yeah, whose pad are you on?
He's the only one that has the link right now.
Well, we need to send that link out.
I'm gonna anonymous since we're live. I don't want my boss to get all pissed off.
Oh, you're good. We understand. We
What's the
understand.
lease name?
So I can
No.
send that link to everyone.
What? The real question is the lateral length.
Yes.
Are you on a 2 mile or a 3 or?
You on the horseshoe or what the fuck?
No, it's about a 2 mile lateral kickoff. So they're all spray buried, either middle or lower,
Okay.
and they kick off at about around average 8,500 feet, and they extend to about 19,000 to high 18,000. So just right around 2 mile laterals.
And what's the number of wells on this particular pad?
We got 6 wells total. We already knocked out the first 3, and now we're doing the last 3. Since we get done here, we're gonna move right over to a 4 well pad.
How many days does it take to do a well? I mean, I know you're doing multiple at the same time, but like, what is it, average? 10? Like a full, 4 well pad?
Let's say
Oh,
let's say everything goes good, like no issues on our side, no issues on frac or any other service. Depending on pump times, where we're at right now, probably let's say a week to a week and a half a well.
So,
How often do you screen out?
whenever he applies it.
They screened out last night.
No shit.
Spray very
Uh,
well.
And then
Yeah, but they were able to go to the place out to get it down.
Highly well.
The established rate and everything. Pump down. Usually I'll pump down at about 15 barrels a minute. The plug that we're running, you really don't need a lot of barrels to be able to get down hole. And let's see, we were pumping down at yesterday after the screen out. I got 12 barrels total. I was averaging probably about 400 foot a minute, but it was pretty high pressure because at first, I mean, they were still kind of clogged up and everything. But the screen outs, they happen kind of regularly. Their frac design, they don't like to pump gel or FR or anything.
It's all slick water. Oh no, they don't pump
Yeah,
FR.
pretty much.
yeah,
They
Yeah, they
got-
don't
They
like to
got
pump
to.
FR.
they don't like to,
Um,
but the quarter gallon per thousand at 18,000 ppd, you get a lot of pressure in your butt.
Are you doing the Wolf Camp A?
Spray bears.
Are you zippering?
No, they're all spray berries.
So Sprayberry screens out more than Wolfcamp. I never worked West Texas. I'm asking an honest question.
No, the wolf. Normally, your wolf camp's gonna screen out a lot more because those are your higher formations.
Isn't the
Wolf
So
higher.
what's crazy is these spray berries are they're treating like wolf camps. I've never seen them. So I've never seen spray berries in high pressure before. And like usually, like
Yeah, but they don't.
opening up is around 2,000, 2,500 pounds. Another location is down the road, all spray berries. I mean, opening pressure is like right underneath 1,000. I mean, honestly, we could probably do the work with 5K. I mean, but we usually pressure test all our plugs to about 6,000, 7,000 pounds, and then we start coming up and perforated.
So your treating pressure is like 5,000 or 6,000 pounds then.
What was the
On
Haynesville?
the frac side,
10,
I'm not
10
100%
baby.
sure. When we're pumping down, that's probably what you're looking at.
Okay.
12.3 at 100 barrels a minute?
12.3 on a
If
Haynesville.
you're doing residential.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say the average that I was on was probably 10 to 10.5. I would guess.
That's saving the equipment, but if you get real equipment out there, you can have a little more pressure.
A little more. I mean, back then they were really worried about keeping the pressure low because we were like cracking fluid out.
You would less than equipment.
Yeah, you didn't have equipment sized for the Haynesville, baby.
Well, I mean,
That was early on.
shit's changed a lot since then, really. I mean, back then.
Hey guys,
stuff
I don't mean to cut y'all off, but my boss keeps blowing me up. I got to get all this situated.
Alright, peace
Whenever
out,
I
dude.
actually have a day off and it's a real roll call, we'll definitely get down to talking and everything. But I
Sweet.
really appreciate you guys letting me talk and being the first caller on Friday Standdown.
Yep.
Alright, dog.
You broke the
See
cherry. Stay safe, bud.
It's called pop.
All right, you too. Talk to you guys later.
you later.
See ya.
Perfect. The next guy's coming in.
Understand.
Get it.
Robert.
Oh,
Who's Robert?
Robert? Is it?
Hello, Robert.
Don't.
Yo, what's up? Hey, how does this work?
So you're the only caller on?
Yeah, we had Tejano on, so
Yep.
he's off and you're on now.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep. So give us what you got. What are you doing?
Yeah, we've had some technical difficulties. We're working through it here. So
We're not
More
fucking
worms.
podcast dudes.
We don't
alright?
use the word
We
podcast.
just-
That's a
yeah,
dirty word in here.
it's
dude.
dirty word. We just that's not what we're trying to do. But
I
unfortunately,
call it live stream.
yeah,
It's
There
a
you go.
live stream.
it's a live stream.
All right. So tell us what you're doing. What you got?
Oh man, I just got home. I just picked my kids up from school a second ago.
Nice.
BRB said to call him, so I figured I would do that.
Call
Yeah.
on in,
It's
dude.
an interesting one.
So, like,
Dude,
Oh.
what are you doing? Are you in the field, or are you a landman, or are you in the office? What are you doing today?
well,
Mm.
put them
No, I've been in
Can
the
I see
office
this
today.
or
I've
no?
been looking at Excel for the majority of the day.
Yeah, spreadsheet junkie.
Making models, dude.
Yeah, staring at a model and trying to double check type curves to make sure they're.
Mm.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
What are your type curves, man? Tell me about your
made that job
10x,
to
your
keep
10x type
office
curves.
people employed.
What is the average B factor we're working with today?
Yeah, what's
Are we slapping the 1.6 on there?
yeah?
For how many
We
months?
got $70 oil. We got the 1.6.
Yeah, so what I've been trying to do today is look at water decline rates across 3 different formations and kind of like verify that the historical production that's like published on Drilling Info or Enverus or whatever on the state websites is the same as what we're being given by our operators.
Oh, so this is
to make sure
non-op.
that we have the kind of right amount of volumes on the system, kind of as we look at it decline feature, and to make sure that we have we're kind of enough space for the future wells that are going to be developed.
So you're not up.
Mostly doing with water. And what was really funny is I saw that Landman Mike said that he is the water midstream asking anything today. And that's what I do.
Nice. You want to tell us what area you work in?
So, PRB.
Oh,
Powder
Powder
River.
River.
Damn.
So this is a California or a
The
Colorado.
Denver, dude.
Yeah.
The ones
oh
on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what we got here.
yeah, it's our whole office. Sorry, we've
Yeah.
got
Well, so the way this whole thing came together, just a little background.
there we go.
We have a Friday afternoon happy hour for a while now. So we just decided we were going to put it onto the internet. And so you just got the, there's 2, 4, 6 of us sitting here. So Mackenzie, you count. You always count for me.
Thank you. I
So,
appreciate
you know, we're in beta testing phase mode here,
Live
but
from Tulsa or live from Midland or where?
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Are you in
Tulsa.
you in
Okay.
Denver?
I just saw the 432 number. Yeah, I'm in Denver.
Okay, nice. Those wells up there in Wyoming any good?
Mm,
All right, we're gonna go around the room and we're gonna guess this kid's college.
totally depends on what
I
you're.
read
He's a mines guy.
He's a
Yeah.
mines.
Mines.
Oh,
Mines?
yeah,
Mines guy,
spreadsheet.
Reservoir engineer in Denver, still
Yeah.
employed. Yeah, he's mine.
You're
He's a
mines.
mines guy?
He's a mines
He's
guy.
Or
mines,
North
dude.
Dakota State.
North Dakota
No,
Petroleum Engineer.
What's the one that
Oh my
Montana?
god.
Montana Tech?
Montana Tech. Or
yeah,
oh my god,
Tech.
there's some
Wyoming.
No, that's the one in Ohio.
Marietta.
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 This
That's
guy
what
is
I'm
not
thinking
an Aggie.
You're not an Aggie, are you,
No,
Robert?
I'm not.
Thank God.
Thank God, because we'd have to hang up immediately. Sorry. Sweet.
No, I've actually heard some of those frontier wells are pretty good. I did the spacing on them. You can't get them that tight, is what I've been told. Like real wide spacing.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Like
Honestly, I think the best wells up there are the Turner wells.
Turner, yeah.
And then they're starting to drill some pretty good. They're starting to drill some pretty good NIOs. Like again, I'm sitting here looking at this stuff. You can see NIOs and 700,000 barrel URs.
No shit.
Not terrible.
I'd
That
say-
sounds pretty
but,
fucking
you know,
good.
I'm gonna say not terrible. I'm gonna say that's pretty damn good if it's really 700,000 barrels.
But let's see, if you want to just look at like I'm not going to say who these are for, but like you can get to certain areas where there's 1.5 milers. Oil is like 350,000. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a pretty big range based on where you are. Obviously, the stuff that's got a little lower oil EURs has higher gas EURs, and the water cut varies too. Like you're going to see a lot more water in kind of the Turner and the Frontier, and less in the Mowry and the Niobrara. But when you think about completions, it takes like 500,000, call it round numbers, barrels of water to complete a 2-mile NIO versus like 220 for a Turner. So like it's helpful when you're thinking about use and reuse to have a pretty good mix of the sandstones and shale stones. So you can try and recycle or do whatever. So if that makes sense. Like the higher water cut wells require less water to drill and complete them, where the lower water cuts, like the shale stones, you need more water.
Yeah.
And I don't know shit about the Powder River, but is it stacked like everything else, or is it a target? Just
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's
stacked.
stacked. Yeah, it's under
Yeah.
picture.
You got like 3 or 4
And they're still doing delineating up there. The NIOs are getting kind of better and better, but in the last 12 months or so, both EOG and Anschutz have kind of gone into full development mode, where beforehand everyone was just kind of drilling onesie, twosies. These guys are now, drilling somewhere between 8 and as big as 20 well pads, targeting different formations. So
Is that in a section, in single section?
what's that?
You're talking
Yeah,
20
just
20?
different formations.
Oh shit.
Sticks on a map, big dog.
Damn,
That's
son.
easy to do.
Here's a fun fact for
Maybe
the
if you
day.
have 5 landings then.
And
5
Shoots
by spacing.
is my relative.
Really?
Do they know
No
that?
way.
Hey,
He's
Jake,
my relative,
Who?
like distant relative.
Jake, can you let people?
That's why you're
in
such a
too?
critic.
That's why I'm such a fucking
Fucking asshole,
asshole.
dude.
You need to
Shit.
be-
If
you
we're
need to
trying-
be letting
Because
people
I get
into
no
the
money from him.
restream.
Okay.
Gonna talk to
Hey man, we
them.
appreciate you calling in. We got a next guy we're letting in, but we appreciate the call, dude.
Yep. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
All right, dude.
All right. See ya.
See you, man.
All right.
But it's not just recording; it's everyone can call in and listen, right?
Yeah, there's
The
Right, but they
restreaming.
can talk when they get put in.
so here we go.
Who's that?
It's Boar is on the line. What do you got on his thing?
What's
He's
up?
such a
What's
fucking
up?
idiot, dude.
He's a fucking
He's so
dick.
fucking dumb.
Who's dumb? Me?
No,
Wait,
not.
who is this?
This is Bory.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm fucking wasted hanging out in the golf cart. Golf
There we
course.
How
With,
How many clubs have you crushed?
I'm about 7 deep. I'm here with Catchy Duck. He's at Catchy Duck. Is it at Catchy Duck?
Yeah, I guess so.
Something like that. Jesus.
fucking catch
So you're telling me that you're enough clubbies deep that they actually taste good?
Mm,
Oh,
Hey,
you're never that deep.
Yeah.
you can never go fucking that deep.
hey,
You're
Boar.
never that deep to where they're worth the value.
Hey, Boar. I'm coming to your house tonight. I'm coming to the coming to the bunk bedroom. I'm going to.
Oh, are you? Hey, is
Yeah.
that where you bang that girl?
I'm yes.
I just need to know so I can change the sheets.
Well, don't do it.
No.
yet. Do it tomorrow.
You actually should probably just burn your house down at this point. I don't think it's
We're going to the swingers room. That's what.
You're saying don't take a black light to it.
that's 100%.
Yeah. Or the floor.
I'm
I'm
just
a big
all
floor
I'm
guy.
saying is I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
Okay, Boar, tell us how your week went.
Tell me the
What'd
most.
you get done
Tell me the most oil field fucking story you got, dude.
from
That's
this
what I wanna
from
know.
this week?
Tell me the most oil field goddamn
From this
story you
week.
got.
I
Tell
just
me,
told.
the
What'd you
most,
get done?
tell me the most.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All
Let's
right.
have this week's
Uh,
Bullfield story.
Well, this week's isn't that eventful, but I'll tell one of years past if you'd like.
Yep.
Um,
Have it.
All right. So one time, like back, I don't know what goddamn year it is, but it was like when Obama got elected. What year was that when Obama got elected?
2006.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I was working in Reeves County.
Oh no.
He has no signal. Where is that?
Yeah. People are saying they can't hear anything.
No shit.
Steve
God.
said he can't hear anything.
Clayman?
Yeah.
Sorry ass piece of shit.
They can hear it, they just can't hear it talking over each other. It's one at a time.
Are we talking over each other?
We're doing better.
What's your most interesting story this week?
This week in oilfield land. I don't know. I've been doing nothing but Bitcoin. So if you want to say how I got oily, probably just the generator, changing oil, putting a filter in, that kind of nonsense.
What's your biggest struggle with the Bitcoin money?
Everything.
How many turbos
I'm
have we won?
so sick of it.
We're
But
on turbo number 2 on generator 3.
that's right.
I put 10 inches of oil in the Sand Springs tank battery. First time since 2000. We've had oil production in Sand Springs, just it's flush production, so it's going to go away. But right now we look like rock stars.
We're flushing in Sand
We're
Springs.
flushing in
getting
Sand
it.
Springs. We put 4 wells on. We're going to put 2 more on early next week, and that should get us a load by the end of the, hopefully by the end of the month, hopefully by the end of September,
We haven't sold a load in Sand Springs since when?
since 2000.
No shit.
That's the last time that
Yep.
Ricky could find.
No shit.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
God damn it. Can't,
All right,
can't hear you.
You're good. Okay.
A lot. I told a lot of the story, and now I can't fucking hear anybody.
Can you hear us now?
I'm signing back in. Y'all just fucking sit tight.
All right.
So Clayman said he couldn't hear us.
Correct.
What the fuck?
Meaning like at
Well, no, I
all,
think
or it
it's
sounds terrible. We need some better feedback.
Find out.
So we also made like,
Look at how many people popped on that list.
oh, I know.
Yeah. What's up, y'all?
Well, 90s is on.
Yeah.
Carl's on. Dylan's on.
Hell yeah.
Who's STC? I remember that. Yeah, well, I know. I'm just saying.
That's claiming. That's gotta be Clayman. I see. Yeah.
Well, he's giving himself the name.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if you put your name on there,
no, he just put SD.
Chris, what'd you do this week?
I went to Shreveport,
Louisiana.
and then I went to Tyler, and then I went to Dallas, and I drove back.
Did you get some grease? You get some
Fucking
grease on lease?
No lease.
All right.
No lease this week.
Do you want to dial some 90s random is in the waiting room ready
Bring
to.
that son
Bring
of
it
a
on.
bitch in.
Bring that son of a bitch in.
Bring that son of a bitch in.
90s, you're on, bud. You're up.
What in the world?
Yeah, don't judge the port quality. We'll get there.
Well,
So-
I'm just sad my Bluetooth won't connect, so I'm having to use my phone like
Okay.
I'm coming old lady. It's very weird, but it'll work okay.
We want your most full story you got from the week or years past. What you got?
Say it one more time. You need
Your most oil-filled story. Give me the skinny. Give me the best oil-filled, raunchy, shit almost blew up, whatever you get.
man. I don't have an oil field story. I got a refinery story.
There we go. That's it.
What
Yeah.
I can say is this: when you have your best friend outside and he's on a spheroid and the fucking PSV's lifting and he's screaming at you saying, "Motherfucker, you're gonna kill me!" You might want to look at your gauges and see if you're overpressured or where that shit's going. So, but don't worry, guys. It was only
They
it
sound
was
like
only a teaspoon.
machine guns going.
But yeah, PSVs on top of spheroids are very loud.
Mhm.
He's still my best friend and he's still alive. So, yeah, sometimes valves close. Sometimes things get lined up in the wrong place. But what you don't want to be is at the wrong place at the wrong time when you have something of the expansion rate of PPs coming out of a PSV on top of a spheroid. It gets a little bit exciting.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Make that down. What's PSV?
so pressure relief valve. So it's a safety valve to not overpressure a vessel. So it's set at a certain pressure pop off that's under the rating pressure of the vessel, not max working, but max pressure. So there's a sizing chart for the release size, yada yada yada. And typically, like in refineries, they'll have a program that goes and tests them whatever, quarterly or monthly. Teams right.
Nobody can hear us.
But the other thing is the reason he was even close to it is that we thought something was wrong, and you're supposed to line up steam to it if it's going off. And it wasn't going off at the time, and he was like, "Hey, I think it's a bad indication. Let me go check it." And right about that point, I don't know if anybody's ever really looked at some of the vessels that we have out there, but some of those PSVs and kind of like a bullhorn or a shoehorn that comes off the top of them, they get pretty loud as you are trying to pack in 350 to 600 barrels an hour into that drum. And yeah, that expansion rate's pretty considerable, and yeah, it gets loud quick.
So what are you refining? Everything, fuel, lubricant,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. So
How big? How many barrels a day?
I can tell you what we're not wanting to refine these days. Abjet. I mean, you might as well blend that away with everything else.
Yeah.
So, but as that's coming back, as international travel maybe ticks back up, that'll actually be worth a little bit more. But right now, I mean, you're putting it in the disty pool and moving along, right? So,
Dude, I mean, because it used to be the most profitable fuel product you guys made, really, right? And historically, jet was the fucking highest margin shit, right?
yes. Per barrel, it was. A lot of these places, a lot of them have been retrade. They were looking for diesel or jet, and then you'd have your Caro and your gasoline and the rest of it. It was all good, but that really was what a lot of these were set up for. And just sadly, it fell off a cliff. It's come back quite a bit. I mean, it's weird. A lot of refiners, at least on the Gulf Coast that I know of, just didn't think it was possible that they just didn't have to draw off of that tray. And what they found out was that they had the ability that just no one ever looked at it and saw whether or not you could do internal blending or tank blending to get rid of the materials. But so they had to do some math and some fast work. But I mean, we made it through 2020, and that should show everybody there's some refiners out there that are a little bit more intelligent than others. They were able to do it quicker and take some of those opportunities very quickly to make sales where they knew they were going to have excess materials. So
Hey, here's my question. Everybody's worried about propane going into the winter. And this is just my ignorance here, probably speaking, but can you actually crack down to propane? Like, can you take jet fuel and make propane? Can you crack it that low? It's too expensive.
I don't know how you would crack it that low. I thought you would crack it that high, that you would need to add hydrogen molecules to it. I mean, I'm not a naphtha cracker kind of guy. You know, they've got a couple of big PP crackers or naphtha crackers that go to PPs here in Houston. I think the largest one is over there is the BASF one in Port Arthur, Texas, over there by the Total off of 73 and over there. They've got the largest naphtha cracker. I think it makes naphtha into PPs, but I've never heard them make like jet fuel into PPs. Now we get a lot of PPs from just the off gas side, as well as what they crack off of like cat crackers and hydrocrackers. But I don't know how you would split those molecules or put them back together without some sort of reformer or
Because
some sort of catalyst system that I'm
jet
just not.
fuel and diesel are way down on the list, right? I mean, you'd have to add to that to get it back up to a propane.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying it would need some sort of reformer or hydrotreating process that you'd add a bunch of hydrogens to it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a chemist.
33 C's here. So jet fuel is like 5.
So you're saying it goes that direction?
Yeah, you would actually be chopping down.
Oh, okay.
Propane's 30. Methane,
Oh.
propane, butane,
I got you.
right?
Yeah.
So you'd be cutting down jet fuel to get to that. Because jet fuel is basically kerosene, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Caro goes in the diesel pool before it goes into the jet fuel, but I mean, it can all play games with each other.
So I used to work at a university here in town that had a delayed coking project with Saudi Aramco, and they would take, I guess, whatever would be the leftover coke material. I never worked that exact project, but they would try to heat it up or pressure it up even higher and squeeze more out of it. Is that something you've seen, or was this just a research deal? It has no.
That's something that makes a lot of these Gulf Coast refineries so much more valuable. Because if you look at what the one that Chevron picked up at PRSI down 225, they didn't have a coker. They actually destroyed their coker in a horrible accident. But the majority of us here on the Gulf Coast all have cokers, are increasing the coking capacity in order to squeeze that last bit out, which include PPs and other materials.
Nice.
But that in you're running, WCS or something real heavy in there along with the WTI, just to kind of get you a good slate. But the majority of people, if you'll look, they either have a set of 4 coke drums, or like Shell down on 225, they've got 6 drums. I think if you start on the other side, let's come all the way west. LyondellBasell's got like 8 drum coker. So I mean, you can get that big. I think there's an 8 drum at Valero in Port Arthur. There's a 4 drum at Total in Port Arthur. I think they've got at least 6 drums at Motiva. So I mean, if you go down the street from 225 down to 73, like you're going to Louisiana, you will see that most of these places have either just put in cokers or added coker capacity in the last decade, and that's in order to achieve that efficiency in that squeezing of molecules out. It's just got to happen.
Got it. Okay, dude.
Okay. Appreciate you calling in. We're going to take the next caller and keep rolling. Thank you, dude.
Hey, y'all have a great day.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
See you.
While he's listening, I was really mad at him.
Carl, you're on the line, bud. What's up?
Yo,
What's happening?
no, I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
That's
got a
good.
random text from Maurice, and I clicked the link, and here I am.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, you brought Carl.
I sent him the
So-
sent the link. So
What are you doing, Carl? What's the
I'll take it.
I'm putting some stuff together for a real estate appraiser right now.
Oh,
Oh, Davis.
Make sure he gets my number.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Carl, just hold on real quick. We got a call in. Let's see what happens.
What the fuck happened? Answer phone. Yo, dog.
Hello?
Hey.
What up, guys?
What up?
How are y'all?
You
Good.
know, we're just working hard to get all the technical bugs lined out here, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like there's a lot of moving pieces to it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing shit. We just got to Oxford today, just settling in the rental, drinking, listening to y'all's podcast, and trying to decide what to do later.
Oxford, Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
You going to a football game?
I am tomorrow. I was here visiting some family and stuff, and going to the football game tomorrow. So
You work the Mississippi oil field?
I do not work I work in Dallas. Freestone County normally is where we operate, but I went to school in Mississippi, went to Jackson, Mississippi, and went to Millsaps, and girlfriend went to Ole Miss, so we come up every now and then.
I bet his girlfriend's a fucking smoke show.
Is your girlfriend a smoke show?
Yeah, she is.
I fucking do it, dude. I fucking do
Yeah.
it, dude. You said Old Miss, the shit-eating grin on your face, and I knew she was a smoke show.
I mean,
Gotta be, right?
Yeah, no, SEC
is
was, yeah,
fucking-
it's
like,
it.
yeah,
It's the hottest girls.
it's for sure.
Yeah, hands down.
And
American.
so you throw OU and Texas in the mix now,
Yeah,
right?
no, you bring
The
OU
girls
and
get,
Texas
like,
in,
up-
and then
Every girl
yeah,
in OU in Texas gets another point now.
yes,
They go
for
up 1
SEC
point.
girls.
yeah, which is dangerous, honestly.
A Big 12 7's a fucking SEC 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
By being in the SEC. That's the way it fucking works.
What about the ACC?
No.
Mm-mm.
Negatory.
They're all 3s and 4s.
3s and 4s. Dude, I was just
I
in
take that
Dallas
as a
this
compliment.
morning. We had a night last night in Dallas last night. I'm still
Oh
feeling
yeah,
it.
I literally saw your Statler thing today. I wish y'all would let me know.
You
Next
know,
time you're down there.
you just don't know where all these people live. I got like 5 DMs like, hey, you're in Dallas. I was like, yeah, I guess I should have probably. But you just don't know. I don't know where anybody lives. You
Never
know,
know.
it's just some fucking random avatar and a weird name that they made up. You're like, I don't know where the fuck you live.
Or
It's
who
like-
you are. Yeah.
It's
But
possible to tell with all the anons on Twitter anyways.
exactly. I mean, I think the anon thing's overrated, to be honest. It's like, I don't know. I was anon for a little while, but
Yeah, see, but I kind of wish I had an anon account that I could just post shit that I don't have to think about at all.
Yep.
it'd be good to have 2 accounts. Like one that's not anon and then one where you can just shit post, you know? Just like
Yeah, pretty much.
Like when Energy Credit post a picture of a fucking dying person on Twitter about not wearing a mask.
Dude, that guy is a douche.
I mean,
He's
that
a
was,
douche.
I mean, dude, I've been interneting for 20 plus years, and that was one of the fucking most fucked up posts I think I've ever seen.
Pretty
Like,
bad.
Yeah, that was
It
brutal.
really is.
So if the dude's still out there like, oh, I can see how this is seen in bad light. Like, what?
Yeah. So what do you do in all business if you don't mind? I mean, you have to disclose any secret
Yeah.
details, but
Yeah, so I'm a small time operator. I'm basically a finance bro in the background. So I have a finance, econ, and probabilities degree, and we do we try and buy old fields and they're inactive wells and rework, recomplete, and refrac them.
Fuck yeah.
That's a Josh Pollard way of life.
no, that's great. What area do you work? Anything specific, or you just wherever?
We're mostly in Freestone. I mean, most of our operational stuff's in Freestone County.
Okay.
All of it, and we have a little mineral interest in the Gulf Coast.
So you're doing like Travis Peak, Cotton Valley
Woodbine,
shit, Woodbine,
Rodessa.
yeah.
Yep,
That's
it's
awesome.
Cotton Valley, Cotton Valley drills. We've moved a few up to Travis Peak and about to go in and re-stimulate some old Cotton Valley wells.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I like.
No, we
Good
did.
shit.
I used to work for BRG. And we had quite a bit of production there in that area. The Bear Grass Field.
Oh yeah.
You probably know the Bear Grass Field. It batted up right. We just basically corner
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
a whole shit ton of.
Yeah, so if you do you know Curvin?
Urban.
Yeah, Curvin, Texas. It's in Freestyle.
Oh
County.
yeah, the town. Yeah, okay.
That's literally basically where we are, right behind all the XTO shit.
Dude, you know what the weirdest thing about that field was? I've never seen anything like this in my career. Maybe you can tell me the answer. But they went out and drilled the shit out of all that Travis Peak right there. Like basically they corner shot XTO, had a good discovery, and then kind of drilled maybe, I don't know, 100 plus wells right there. Pretty good wells. And they had like this crazy freeze one year. And all the wells went offline for like 2-3 weeks, right? And they brought it all back on. And all the fucking NGLs went away. It was literally like the gas leaned, like in 3 weeks of being shut. They literally just built a fucking plant to process out the liquids. I'm not even kidding. Bear Grass plant that Orion Pipeline built. And that bitch fucking took them out in the winter. And 3 weeks later, all the fucking propane and everything was gone.
Never run a
got it
single
back.
drop.
Never
through
got it back. They fucked with it so much. They
Yeah.
reshot. They fucking acidized. They never got shit back.
God.
So tell me what
I
happened.
don't specifically know, but we think there's some cross contamination or cross flow between the zones there. So we have some Travis Peak. We have one Travis Peak well that after recompletion was just producing an absolute shit ton of water and gas and oil. So came back in, they shut it down for like, a month or two, tried to add some more infrastructure to it, came back, swapped it in, got a 15% cut. But we never got enough gas to feed back in to actually pressure up and get it to flow out by itself. So we're actually about to have to add gas lips now. And we swapped it in twice in the past 2 weeks, thinking it was going to, gas just pool in eventually. And we have no idea what happened.
Interesting.
It was like 500 MCF a day before when it was on for about 2 months. So, yeah. I definitely don't know the answer to that, but it's a weird area. It's some weird shit sometimes.
And you don't think you got a casing leak, huh?
No, I do not think so.
Okay.
We had identified one before upper in the casing, but it didn't have any effect, and we haven't been able to identify another yet.
Interesting. All right. Well, cool, dude.
So,
We appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
yeah, hey, and shoot me a DM. Let's play tennis soon.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. It sounds like you'll kick my ass, but let's do it. He's like a
That's fine.
5-0, dude. That's real shit.
Just fucking around.
Yeah, that's fucking real. That's,
Yeah.
my
Well,
brother
I don't
played.
have anybody else to play with, so I mean, shit, you gotta do something, right?
Oh, I mean, my brother played college tennis, and he's like a 5-0, 5-5 now. I mean, so
Oh yeah, there you go.
that's real shit. So, anyways, cool, dude.
All right.
Good chatting, man.
Thanks
Have
for
fun with the
calling in.
football game.
All right, guys, y'all have a good Friday.
All
All right,
right.
dude.
See
See
you,
ya.
buddy.
I guess cool.
So, like, what's the rating in tennis? How do you do that?
I mean, like, starter 2-5. 3-0, you kind of suck. 3-5, you're mediocre.
So I'd be like a
4-0
2-5.
4-0 is like competitive. 4-5, you're good.
What's Lauren?
She's a 4-0. I mean, she's
Oh,
a ranked
damn.
3-5, but she'll get bumped. She plays like a 4-0.
So if we're talking like a shooting percentage average or like a batting average,
I would say the biggest category, like the average tennis player that goes out and plays in a league, is a 3-5 probably.
Okay.
And so then like 4-0, you're like, I mean, I'd say like you could play with.
so you
most
should
people.
strive to be at least a 3-5.
Yeah, if you hit 4-0, you're like good, and there's still a lot of players. If you hit 4-5, it starts getting hard to play because there's not that many people.
Like this guy who can't even find anybody.
He's
To play with.
5-0. You can't fucking. I
He's
mean,
just killing
if
everybody.
you live in Dallas, then there's millions of people there, so you can
Stay-at-home moms that are 5-0s. Yes.
So now that I've moved to
Five-
Florida,
they're
I've
10s.
got to strive for the 3-5.
Well, yeah, if you're a 5-0 and you can play with a college player. Like,
What's your wife? Your wife
2-5.
plays.
She's fucking
She's a fucking 2-5.
She sucks.
I thought she played.
Yeah, she looks great in
Sucks.
tennis skirt.
Yeah,
That's
I thought she played. She looks legit. She looks like she
She
plays.
does.
She fits the bill.
Yeah.
You would think so.
I strive to be her.
You would think so. What's
She
that?
looks like she can play some tennis.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where were you on 9/11?
Where are we going?
Where were you on 9/11?
I was-
2001.
You
There's
know,
kids listening that weren't alive.
oh for sure. I remember. So we had a commons, this big open room in the middle of the school, and we had a big TV there, and that was where we watched the first plane run in, and then the second plane smashed in. And I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. We had a Spanish class, Miss Burke. I remember this. And we were all sitting out there like watching the TV, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is crazy. And she walked up, she was like, and we have class. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
We're like, well, crazy shit going on. She's like, we got class. Like, come the fuck up. And we went into Spanish class. We were all just like, oh. Like,
That's
it's been an
interesting.
hour sitting in Spanish
exactly-
class for a fucking hour.
It's exactly the class I was in, was Spanish 1.
Okay.
Freshman, I think, high school. Would not turn the TV on.
Wouldn't turn it on.
Would not let us watch what was going on, period.
Yeah.
Do you know what grade I was in?
What grade?
Yes.
Fourth?
Well, I was
You in fourth grade?
Yeah. Yeah. I was in 5th grade. I was in LD science class. I shit you not. I was out at Town and Country at LD fucking science class, and I remember fucking planes came in, and it was all over the TVs. And my mom came and got me from school.
really.
My mom came and got me,
She thought it was the
and we
end.
went straight to Sam's Club. We bought fucking everything.
Bought it
We
all.
bought fucking
That's a
everything.
goddamn
Tell
bags
me.
of rice.
What was it? Sample Friday? Sample Sunday?
Because everybody was worried that there was going to be like more attacks.
It was Y2K.
elsewhere.
It was like Y2K on steroids.
Yeah.
Like y'all remember what Y2K was like.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was like the most embarrassing shit for humanity
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like freaking out over
All the
Y2K.
software can't
Yeah.
go past. Everything's gonna think it's 1900.
So my
So
my
embarrassing.
parents almost bought a house from a doctor in Louisiana that had the Y2K bug, right? Thought it was
Yeah.
over with,
Yeah.
bought a plot of land, stocked up on canned foods, all in the house, getting ready to sell his house for nothing. Didn't matter, right? Banks were going to crash, doesn't matter. Almost bought what would be probably nowadays time like a $500,000 house for 150 grand.
You just dump it.
That's it. It's over with.
It's done.
Doesn't matter.
It's
It's
done.
like the Bitcoin bros.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's fucking done. It's over with. And
I think the
that-
real fucking question though, where were you when the Oklahoma City bombing happened? You
I was
remember
just
that.
born.
that I
You were just born. I was in
God.
elementary school.
I was in fourth grade.
Yeah.
fourth grade.
Yeah. I was in.
You were-
I think I was in first
What
grade.
year?
I'm
02?
03
Oh,
grad.
three. Yeah.
That's
Okay. I was gonna say I was fifth. I remember because we had like a van that took us home. My parents both worked, and so we all loaded up on this van, and we were driving out of Carnegie Elementary School, and the driver was like, "So guys, there was like a bomb today. It's like a really big deal," and we were all like,
Wait, what?
"Oh, bomb."
Yeah,
Oklahoma
try to
City?
explain that.
Like to a fifth grader. Yeah.
The only thing I remember about that is, so my family's from Kansas, so we'd go back like Thanksgiving, Christmas, summer. We would go back to Kansas every time we drive through Oklahoma City. That's the way we would do it. And every time we went through, they pointed it out. That's because I think, if I remember right, from the highway, you can see it.
The federal building.
You could see it. So that's
Yeah.
what sticks in my mind. I don't remember the date that it happened where I was, but I remember driving by this building, 3 or 4 times a year for quite a while before they took it down.
Somebody told me, I guess it was just, honestly, we were just talking about like last week, but those like the lights they flashed up from
Yes.
the memorial.
Yep.
They said that like fucks up all the birds, like to come through there and they'll like spiral down and just smash into the
That
fucking
is not E
lights.
ESG.
Yeah.
That
So
is
they said
not
what they do
ESG.
now is they like intermit them. They said they like flash them off to like let the birds regain their balance and fly away.
Quit dive bombing.
They literally like getting all discombobulated and just fucking up and running into the goddamn lights.
So currently in the office, before we wrap this up, we got like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We just kind of go around the room, maybe, or we just tell people kind of our experience, because I think right now in this particular room there is a broad range of knowledge and of experience. I mean, you have reservoir engineer that's midstream, you have frac guy who's production, you have maybe landman by school versus BD. Now you have, I don't even know how you describe the boss. I mean, he knows everything, right? And then
He's a mutt.
and then you have your typical office guy or field guy that's an office guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably the least fucked or most fucked up one.
I mean, the real question is, do you rather be in the office or do you rather be in the field?
I like them
Hybrid.
both.
Hybrid.
Hybrid is the beauty.
Dude, we were
Hybrid's a beauty.
working on a slide deck yesterday, and fucking Scott was getting it. Scott was like fucking
Put it.
into
Who did he learn
Like the
from?
slide
Put it.
Why?
No,
And-
he didn't learn shit from you about slide deck.
And
He
we
was
have-
just looking at this slide deck, and he was just like,
Yep.
"This is cool."
And we have
I
an
like
actual
this.
practicing landman who has lots of experience surface wise and other stuff. So it's pretty, for future podcasts or whatever we want to call this, live stream.
Discussion.
This is not a goddamn podcast.
This is not a goddamn
Okay.
fucking podcast.
Tell me what you want to call it
Fan-
before we end the
It's a
show.
fan
fucking
show.
talk show.
It's a fan show.
Yeah,
Talk
I
show.
mean,
Sit on the speaker and I'll hum.
Talk show.
what it's supposed to be. This is what
Supposed to
it's
be-
supposed to be.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Okay.
So we had a happy hour anyways.
Yes.
And we just said, let's just fucking broadcast it.
Yes.
That's where it's like, it doesn't need to get too formal here. We don't
Doesn't.
need a fucking topic. We don't need to fucking stay on
Right.
topic. We don't have to talk about this, that, or the other. It's just whatever the fuck goes on. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Well, just
Nothing fucking matters.
Think about
we
this.
have $100 in this equipment. It doesn't fucking matter.
Just
That's
think
why-
about,
if it's anything more than that, then we fucked up.
that's right. And think about the broad spectrum we covered today. If you want to get real technical, we had reservoir non-op, we had hot dog oil type people, we had coking.
Hot dog oil is your favorite, by the way.
Is he?
You have a
He's a
hard feelings for
Michigander?
that guy.
No, I don't.
You love hot dog oil.
He did some cool shit.
You
I
love
like
hot
people
dog
that
oil.
put cool things on the internet that
Yeah.
I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So I support anybody that's willing to do that,
Yeah,
especially
hot
in
dog
my
oil.
industry where I know something about.
that's cool.
And to add a tidbit to the diverse group we have here, the guy that just talked has probably the sexiest voice among all of us.
That's true.
I just got a
His
little
voice,
chub
yeah.
listening to that. That was great. I like that.
I've been practicing in the mirror at home.
I love
He
it.
is as girthy as he sounds.
Yes.
Only you would know.
Only you would know.
That's our secret, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's great. No, that's good.
All right, dude.
We've
That was
had-
it. That's
yep.
my part.
That's it.
All right,
We're
guys.
done.
Appreciate
We'll see
calling
you
in.
Do it again
and,
next week.
We will be better as we go. Appreciate it.